section and third section is the last section of the immunology. We see about the basic immunological reactions. That is the special focus in this section here. So let's get started. An antigen, two distinct properties: immunogenicity, antigenicity. Ability to induce immune response. Immunogenicity, antigenicity interact with an antibody, that is an antigenicity. All antigens with immunogenicity will show antigenicity. However, all antigens with antigenicity need not show immunogenicity. Epitope, antigenic determinant, the smallest unit of antigenicity. Epitope, it's a part of antigen, and a paratope, P, okay, it's a part of antibody. Part of antigen that reacts with the T cell receptor and antibody is the epitope. Corresponding part of the antibody that combines with the antigen is called the paratope. Epitope, two type, linear sequential, okay, linear sequence of amino acids recognized by the T cells. Conformational or non-sequential type of episode is the complex antigen CC, conformational complex, it is recognized by B cell. Complex complete antigen, it evokes antibody, but evokes antibody response independently. Partial antigen evokes antibody response along with the additional carrier proteins, haptens, okay. Low molecular weight is lack immunogenicity but retain antigenicity. You have to add some kind of carrier molecule with the hapten to elicit immunogenicity. Two types: simple, complex. Simple, one hapten, univalent, not visualized by precipitation reaction. Complex reaction, more than two epitopes visualized by precipitation reaction. Epitope, by binding with a carrier protein, it becomes immunogenic. Okay, so there is a production of an antibody against epitope of hapten, against epitope of the carrier, and a new epitope found to be combination of this hapten and carrier complex. And the factors affecting immunogenicity: size of the antigen, increase the molecular weight, increase the immunogenicity. Molecular weight, when there is more than 10,000, there is a immunogenicity, and there is less than 10,000 daltons, it is non-immunogenic. And chemical nature: maximum protein, susceptibility of antigen to tissue enzymes. Factors affecting immunogenicity: structural complexity, more complex, more immunogenicity. For foreigners to host, more foreign nature, more immunogenicity. Genetic factors affecting immunogenicity: optimal dose of the antigen and route IV, too less dose fats, too large dose immunological tolerance. Too less dose means there is a false positive. Large dose immunological tolerance, so when you optimal dose must be needed. And IV rapid reaction can be seen. Multiple antigens, adjuvant and heterophile antigen. Adjuvant enhance immunogenicity of an antigen added to vaccines. Example: alum, aluminum hydroxide or phosphate. Mineral oil, liquid paraffin. Fruits, adjuvant incomplete or complete. Incomplete, water in oil, AG aqueous. Complete means fruits adjuvant plus incomplete. Killed TB bacillus oil. Okay, when TB is added, it becomes complete. When there is only oil is present, that is incomplete. This is fruits FREU and different adjuvant. And adjuvant enhances immunogenicity of an antigen added to the vaccine. Example: lipopolysaccharide of Bordetella pertussis. Non-bacterial product, Silica thiomersal. That is a DT, Bordetella pertussis. Okay, DT and TT, diphtheria and tetanus. When they added to Bordetella of the LPS of the Bordetella, it increases and other bacteria, TT, DT. Adjuvant for HIV vaccine also. And heterophile antigen, antigen shared properties, antigen cross react. Okay, one antigen cross because of the molecular mimicry, it becomes it resembles the other antigen, so that is used for the diagnosing purposes. Cold augmentation test for diagnosing atypical pneumonia. Wheel Felix for rickettsia. The mechanism being that the rickettsia antigen detects Proteus OX2, OX19 and OXK. Paul Bunel test, Epstein-Barr virus antigen. Frostman antigen, it is also used for Epstein-Barr virus diagnosis, but it is a lipid carrier complex is present in many animals. Okay, that shows in the resemblance with this Epstein-Barr virus, but it is not present in rabbits. Whale Felix, Rickettsia and Proteus, OX2, OX19, OXK. Paul Bunel and Frostman for Epstein-Barr virus, cold agglutination test, atypical pneumonia. Biological classes: TD and TI and super antigen. I will come about super antigen later. TD, type 1 lipopolysaccharide, type 2 protein and polysaccharide, type T protein. Dose dependent is the TI form, and wide range of dosage is the TD. And no memory, no antigen presenting TI. B cell activation, mature B cells only in case of TD. Clonality, monoclonal So there, though it is a T cell dependent, only single type of the antibody can be produced, that is the monoclonal antibody, because there is an activation of only mature B cells is present, and but the dosage we can give, because of that specific amount of response, we can give wide range of dosages. So because the protein is highly specific, okay. Completely non-specific variant is the T cell independent variant. There is a polyclonal production of the antibody, and a B cell activation, there is both mature and immature B cell activation, okay. And there is no class switch and affinity maturation, though theoretically we say that there is no class switch, but in an exam point of view, you just have to say negative. But the antibodies produced are not only IgM, small strains of IgG3 is also produced, okay. And then coming to the super antigen usually I just said that the binding happens between alpha 1 alpha 2 in case of alpha 1 alpha 2 binding cleft, and also in alpha 1 beta 2, but here it outside eccentrically the attachment of the MHC with antigen happens here. Because of this, there is an massive release of the cytokines. It is sometimes results in toxic shock syndrome. It is usually exhibited by staphylococcal antigen, staphylococcus antigen, or maybe streptococcal antigen, Yersinia enterocolitica, Yersinia pseudotuberculosis, and MTB, viral EBV, CMV, rabies, nucleocapsid, and fungal Malassezia furfur. And then coming to the structure of the antibody, there is a heavy chain, there is a hinge, there is also a light chain, and antibody, there is a disulfide bond, H bond, hydrophobic bond, and heavy chain, and hinge, COH end, NH3 end, light chain, hinge. Then what is the hinge? Hinge is mainly expressed by NH3 is the place where bond end, okay. And hinge, IgA, IgG, and IgD, IgA alpha, IgG gamma, IgD delta, hinge positive, okay. Alpha, gamma, delta, AGD hinge positive, whereas mu and me negative, other thing positive. 5 types of strains coded by chromosome 14. 2 types of light chain, H chain only, GAMED, okay, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, whereas light chain K, lambda, K for chromosome 2 coded by chromosome 2, and lambda chromosome 22, 222. Antibody and variable region, constant region, variable region 1 light chain, and constant region heavy chain, and hinge GAD positive, negative for ME, and it is also very rich in proline, and lysine is very rich in this hinge, okay. And then a hyper variable region, or maybe hotspot or complement determining spots, variable region. In light chain we have 3 states, whereas in a heavy chain we have 4, and 3 light 4H, 3L 4H, that is the paratope component. And the same thing, GAD positive, EM negative, proline lysine, proline cysteine, sorry. Enzymatic digestion, pepsin digestion, and mercaptophenol digestion. Pepsin digestion, Fag fragments and FC fragment is separated, whereas in pepsin digestion, there is an 2 Fab components can be seen, and a fragmented FC component can be seen. Whereas in case of a beta mercaptoethanol component, there is 2 light chain, 2H, and the cleavage is perpendicular, okay. Equally separates into half vertically, whereas horizontal separation and diagonal separation in case of papain, and horizontal separation in case of pepsin. And GAMED, G most daily DHS, daily production, half-life, serum concentration increasing to decreasing order, GAMED. So IgG, it is the IG1 maximum placental spread, IG1, IG2 all help in phagocytosis except IG2, IG3 all help in coagulation except IG3, with the staphylococcal antigen coagulation with except IG3, G4 all fixed complement except IG4, IgA secretory mucosal monomeric IgA1, dimeric secretory colostrum, so colostrum IgA2 secretory component, serum IgA1, IgA2 lacks disulfide bonds produced by mucosal epithelium. Secondary IgA have secondary piece that is rich in very much rich in glycine. Dimers are joined by J, okay. This secretory component and a disulfide bond gives the stability. IgM, maximum millionaire antibody, molecular weight, size, antigen binding, intravascular distribution, sedimentation coefficient, everything is maximum here. Acute inflammation, recent infection, okay, first to appear in intrauterine is accepted 20 weeks of gestation, and natural antibody in ABO RH, whereas in RH it is IgG and ABA. ABO is for IgM, and then theoretically 10 antigen can be attached, but practically only 5 antigens can be attached here. IgE AK is also called as reagent antibody or homocytotropic, allergic, heat labile allergy, type 1 hypersensitivity reaction, parasitic infection, everything. IgE is activated, and abnormal immunoglobulin, Bennett protein, multiple myeloma, most common IgG light chain, Waldenstone macroglobulinemia, IgM, okay. Multiple myeloma, MM2, M2, so 2M is negative, so another one is G, so IgG. Waldenstone macroglobulinemia, M, so IgM. Heavy chain disease, alpha Seligman, beta Franklin disease. Alpha Seligman, beta Franklin disease, heavy chain disease. Cryoglobulinemia, multiple myeloma and HCV. Antigenic determinant GAMED plus isotypes vary in the arachidonic acid sequence or amino acid sequence of the constant region that results in isotopic variation. Idiotype, unique amino acid sequence is positive in paratope region. Okay, in paratope there is a unique, that is idiotype. Variation is the constant region, there is a variation. Paratope region there is an idiotype and act as an antigen determinant. Okay, and it is arrested due to mutation, and allogenic antigenic determinants positive is encoded by ALICE, monoclonal antibody, all derived from single clonal plasmid, all have the same antigen specificity that is produced against same peptide, and affinity, avidity, strength of binding between paratope and epitope, avidity, strength of binding of all sites of a multivalent antibody with all epitopes of an antigen. Okay, in case of multiple component is avidity, the single component is affinity. And a Marox lattice hypothesis, there is an optimal dose of antibody antigen dilution is present to be is positive, and this is called as zone of equivalence. And a prozone when there is an antibody excess, or maybe postozone when there is an antigen excess. Types of antigen antibody: conventional, precipitation, agglutination, complement fixation, neutralization. Then coming to the newer, it is RIA, CLIA, ELISA rapid test, precipitation reaction, soluble antigen plus antibody, antigen antibody complex, liquid medium, gel medium. Temperature, pH, electrolytes are comparatively normal here. Precipitation reaction in liquid medium, floccular ring test, cytochrome grouping by Lancefield, or maybe Ascoli thermoprecipitation test, anthrax, that is the ring test. Okay, slide flocculation test, VDRL, RPR. Okay, and then a tube flocculation test, both slide flocculation, tube flocculation, or syphilis, tube flocculation, con tube. The con will be height, so tube is also height. Slide flocculation, slide flat, VDRL, rapid plasma reagent testing, and precipitation in gen immunodeficient, single diffusion in one dimension Audin's procedure, single diffusion in 2D procedure, radial usually when there is two names comes, that is double diffusion. For example, Oakley, Fluthrop, Orcher, Loney, two names, double diffusion. Okay, then Audin's procedure, you just google the image, you will just know there is an antigen, there is a grouping, there is an movement of antigen particle towards the antibody in the agar gel, there is precipitation band of formation. When we intervene a plain agar, and also the precipitation band forms after that. When two agars are present, it is double diffusion, and there is a plate like in a 2D, that is radial diffusion, single diffusion in 2 dimension. It is more or like an MHA. And then when there is a triangle or diamond like structure is seen in a glass slide, or maybe the different antigen in wells, to a double diffusion in 2 dimension, immunoelectrophoresis to identify composite antigen, or maybe serum, or normal or abnormal protein, immunohistodiffusion, speed up the formation of precipitin lines using electric current, CLEP counter, immunoelectrophoresis, 30 minutes is enough. Example, Cryptococcus CSF and AFP serum. And then a rocket immunofluorescence, we just accelerated by using electric current here. Rocket electrophoresis is similar to the single diffusion in 1 dimension. Okay, just an accelerated form. And Laurel, it is a 2D electrophoresis. Antigen mixture can be tested separate rockets on the observed agglutination reaction, insoluble antigen plus antibody clumps better than sensitive precipitation. Slide agglutination test, antibody plus particulate antigen, mixed rocking or loop agglutination. Note, control side, antigen and saline to rule out if antigen is auto agglutinating. Tube agglutination test, serial when there is done in a slide, okay, same thing, and done in a tube, but it helps in the identification of the titer here. Drawback: incomplete or blocking antibodies when produced, we have to repeat the test, and there is a prozone phenomenon and heterophile antigen is also present. Then coming to the passive agglutination test, antigen plus carriers, RBC, latex, bentonite, PPT, agglutination test, heme agglutination test, Rose Valor test, lat agglutination test for ASO, CRP, RA factor, co-agglutination test. Okay. Then coming to the latex RBCs, RBC antigen, latex antigen detects ASO stator. Reverse, when we have the antibodies attached to the latex or RBCs, we detect antigen is reverse agglutination. All tests we detect only antigen. Complement fixation detects complement fixation antibody in serum. Absolute Wassermann test, syphilis. Then coming to the complement fixation, when there is a complement fixed, there is no lysis, it is a positive complement fixation test. When the complement is not fixed, there is a lysis, and there is no complement, there is negative complement fixation. There is neutralization test, toxin, antitoxin, six test, Corynebacterium diphtheria given by toxin and antitoxin test can be given by Nobel Prize Paul Ehrlich. Naegele's reaction preference, okay. And then Schick test toxin and the ability of the circulating anti toxin to neutralize diphtheria toxin given by ID helps in knowing the susceptibility. New techniques, radio immunoassay, same thing. We are detecting antigen here. Okay, so antibody is labeled. So color can be studied by radio immunofluorescence. ELISA, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Usually the HRP is tagged to the anti-immunoglobulin, and we will detect the antigen coated cell specific antibody binds to the antigen. Enzyme linked antibody binds to the specific antibody. Okay, substrate is added and converted by enzyme into a colored product. The rate of color formation is proportional to the amount of specific antibody. Sandwich ELISA, antigen detection. Okay, here antibody detection. RA is also only ELISA. In ELISA and in the reverse passive agglutination test, we detect the antibody. Okay, we detect the antibody. In all other, we detect only antigen. In sandwich ELISA also, we will detect antigen only. That is the difference. And what is competitive ELISA? Competitive ELISA means substrate secondary antigen. Okay, substrate capture antibody. Oh, I don't understand. Competitive antigen means incubate antibody with antigen to be measured. Add a mixture to antigen coated. Add enzyme conjugated secondary antibody. Add substrate and measure the color. Newer technique for capture cylinder or maybe ELISA case, ELISA rapid 10 to 15 variation dot blot assay. So dot blot assay, internal control, there is an peptide 1, peptide 2, and HIV antibody links to bound HIV peptide antigen forming the colored spot. Chemiluminescence compound can be used, it's called as the CLIA. Immunochromatography, lateral flow assay, nitrocellulose membrane, it is detected in malaria, HB, SAG, HCV, HIV. Immunochromatography, lateral flow assay, immunofluorescence, flow cytometry. Immunofluorescence directly acts on the cell, and indirect primary antibody, secondary antibody complex, it is interacts with the cell and thus produces complex. Flow cytometry, there is a cells are flow in an container, cells are aligned itself in line, in laser is passed forward and side slighted light from cells are detected. Fluorescence emitted from state cells detected, and by this way we see the nature of the cells. Okay, thank you. It took 1 hour. Thank you.